I think that I've always kind of enjoyed photography, even when I was a little kid. One year for my birthday, my grandparents got me a little digital point-and-shoot camera. Ever since then, I've loved taking photos. When I'm out, it's me and my camera. I think that I kind of get a little bit lost in the art of it. I tend to stop thinking about how is this gonna work within the context of whatever project that I'm doing, and I kind of start just thinking, is this gonna make a good photo? Do I like this scene enough to where I wanna capture it?
Reva came into photography and she was sort of like this ray of sunshine that had a smile on her face every time she came to class. Was funny. A lot of the other students in the class really enjoyed getting to know her, kept morale high in those moments when it might be low.
Miss Connell, when we first started doing photography when we were in digital, she taught us how to use the manual settings on the camera rather than just using the auto.
The reason that I selected to start with digital was so that students would be able to see their images immediately. So if they were using the correct aperture and shutter speed, they could see that immediately.
The main thing that is different between shooting with film and shooting with a digital camera is the process of developing your photos, because when you have a digital camera, you take the shot and then you can just look immediately and see what it looks like. You can see if the lighting is off, if it's in focus, and you can quickly change anything that needs to be different in the moment. With film, you have to kind of trust that the photo you took was the right settings and the right focus, because you don't get to see the photos immediately after you take them. You have to kind of just trust the process.
So Kinkaid has a really rich program in photography. We are able to offer darkroom photography, which is something a lot of schools don't have.
You fill the container with all the different chemicals, you kind of agitate it, so you move the chemicals around so it gets all over the negatives. Once it's dry, then you can go over to the light table. You can see it, you can have the little magnifying glass to make sure that they're all in focus.
We move into 4x5, so that's a new thing that we're offering over the last couple of years. It's a large format camera. The negatives are 4 inches by 5 inches. Old-timey camera with bellows. It sort of looks like an accordion, but it's a really great way for students to work.
I have a few photos in particular that I'm thinking of that I really, really love in my Perspectives project. And there's one of 3 of my friends, and we're all in Galveston, and we're all in a park, and there's 3 different planes. In the very back of the photo, you can see my friend Risha, and she's sitting on a park bench, and the focus is on her, even though my other friend Serene, she's kind of more in front, and she's a little in focus, but she's a little more blurry. And then the person closest to the camera, she's kind of blurry, and she has a lollipop in her mouth, and she's kind of looking to the side. And then I think it's just a very interesting photo.
In a time when AI exists, you can easily drop in a bird in the background of a photo that didn't exist there, but I try to teach the kids to make honest work. And that's one of the principles of the school, and so I take pride in that.
I'm getting to experiment, and I'm able to see how much work I've put in and see how it's paid off and how much I've grown as a photographer.